Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something absolutely profound. We're going to unpack Imam al-Ghazali's masterful work from the revival of the religious sciences. Stepping into the role of your spiritual guide for this session, we're going to completely reframe the physical travel of Hajj. We're turning it into a rigorous, internal preparation for the hereafter. Seriously, if you thought packing your physical bags was the stressful part, just wait until you see the prep work required for your soul.
Okay, let's jump right into this striking realization from his book of The Secrets of Hajj. The entire foundation of this concept boils down to one quote: "Prepare your heart exactly as one would prepare for death." Wow. Because this journey actually symbolizes the soul's final migration, your preparation literally has to mirror how you'd ready yourself for the very end of your life. It's an incredibly sobering, yet, deeply clarifying way to look at a physical trip.
So, to achieve this level of purification, al-Ghazali gives us a really rigorous 5-step spiritual checklist. First, clearing debts and rights. Second, securing purely lawful provisions. Third, settling family matters. Fourth, purifying the intention. And finally, choosing righteous companions. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Clearing debts and restoring rights.
Listen, before you even step out your front door, your slate has got to be wiped completely clean. Think about the luggage you check at the airport, right? Your suitcases, passports, travel gear, maybe that extra jacket you're definitely not going to wear. Now, contrast that with your spiritual baggage. According to al-Ghazali, your heart simply cannot ascend to the divine presence if it's weighed down by unpaid debts, stolen rights, or interpersonal grudges. That unseen baggage, it will literally ground your soul before you even take off.
So how do we actually drop this heavy baggage? Well, al-Ghazali outlines specific actions of sincere repentance, or tawbah, and actively restoring rights, known as Radd al-Mazalim. And it's an intense list for sure. You have to pay off all your financial debts, return anything you might have acquired unjustly, you need to explicitly seek forgiveness from your family, resolve grievances with friends and neighbors, and absolutely clear any disputes with business partners. Basically, you have to leave exactly 0 unresolved disputes behind you.
Section 2. Securing lawful provisions. Now, what's really fascinating here is how this completely expands our modern everyday idea of halal. We usually just think of dietary rules, right? But here, it refers to the absolute purity of the actual wealth that's funding your travel. Every single cent must be derived strictly from lawful sources. It's not just about what you consume. It's a non-negotiable spiritual prerequisite for your worship to even be considered valid.
And the crucial point really comes down to this core prophetic principle: Allah is pure and accepts only that which is pure. Think about the gravity of that. If your travel funds are tainted in any way, even if you perform every single physical ritual over there perfectly, your entire Hajj is spiritually voided. If your heart is conscious of tainted wealth, true sincerity is just impossible, which renders your supplications completely unaccepted. No way around it.
All right, Section 3. Settling family matters. Next up, we have to look at the practical realities of leaving your loved ones behind, because remember, this directly mirrors your final departure from this world. Before embarking, Imam al-Ghazali hands us 3 super practical instructions. First, write your final will and testament. Second, make sure every last worldly obligation is paid off. And third, leave sufficient lawful provisions for your dependents to live on while you're gone. By checking off these 3 grounded steps, you're effectively severing your heart's anxious attachments to your homeland.
And the result of those steps is just beautifully captured here. Severing those worldly attachments frees the heart from anxiety. When you aren't constantly worrying about how your family is eating or what's going to happen to your estate if you don't make it back, your mind is finally freed. You are now uniquely positioned to focus entirely with laser precision on the Lord of the Kaaba.
Which brings us to Section 4. Purifying the intention.
Now, this is where the work gets really quiet and honestly incredibly challenging. I want you to ask yourself this heavy question right now. It's designed to uncover any trace of riyah or ostentation in your motivation. Are you traveling for Allah or for the title of Haji? Are you stepping onto that plane entirely for your Creator? Or is there, maybe, a tiny part of you anticipating the respect, the congratulations, and the fancy title when you get back home? Imam al-Ghazali demands that we meticulously inspect our hearts for these specific hidden diseases. Are you secretly combining this trip with a business venture? Are you treating the pilgrimage as just mere tourism? Are you seeking social prestige in your local community? Or desiring that honorary title of Haji? Just imagine the tragic irony here.
spending thousands of dollars, leaving your family, enduring immense physical fatigue, only to spiritually void the whole shebang because your true intention was actually rooted in vanity.
The ultimate antidote to that vanity is ikhlas. This is the goal. Ikhlas means a singularly focused intention on fulfilling the command of Allah and seeking His countenance alone. Nothing else. No titles, no side business, no tourism. Just a pure, singular focus where every penny spent and every physical step taken is aimed directly at your Creator.
Let's head into our final step, Section 5, Choosing Righteous Companions.
So how do you actually protect this fragile, newly purified internal state during such an arduous physical journey? Because let's face it, once you're on the road, your patience is absolutely going to be tested by delays, crowds, and sheer exhaustion. Imam al-Ghazali emphasizes that selecting travel companions who are pious and knowledgeable is an absolute necessity. It is not just a preference. These companions literally serve as a spiritual shield for the state of your heart.
You really must rely on a supportive companion who meets some very strict criteria. A righteous companion will remind you of Allah when you forget. They'll assist you when you're physically or spiritually weak. Crucially, they'll prevent you from engaging in vain talk, stop arguments before they even start, and discourage you from complaining about travel difficulties. Basically, a bad companion drains your spiritual energy, while a righteous one actively protects it.
Now, let's take a quick step back and look at the broader picture. What's super fascinating is that this focus on pure internal preparation, this tazkiyat al-nafs, or purification of the soul, isn't just unique to al-Ghazali. It is so universally vital that it's echoed powerfully across broader Sufi literature. Whether you're reading the teachings of Tijaniya masters like al-Hajj Malik Shi, or diving into the profound chasides of Siring Ahmadu Bamba, you find the exact same truth. Internal purification is an absolute, non-negotiable prerequisite before embarking on any major act of worship.
As we wrap up this explainer, we've really seen that the true journey happens entirely within, way before you ever reach Makkah. Sincere repentance, clearing debts, ensuring lawful funds, freeing yourself from worldly ties, achieving pure ikhlas, and finding the right companions, these are your actual provisions. So, I'll leave you with this provocative reflection to evaluate your own spiritual readiness for life's ultimate journey. Without doing this deep internal preparation, are you really making a pilgrimage, or are you just traveling?